People, welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now today we're going to talk about James Robertson again. And if you haven't seen my previous video on him, please check it out. But this time we're going to look at the fact that, first of all, please look at your screen right now if you're not doing so. Because what you're looking at is this sworn testimony of a man by the name of Ian Johnson. Right? And this man found himself on the wrong side of James Robertson, right? And there were not one, not two, but 3 attempts at his life. And this man actually ended up losing his mother, right? So then basically send man to mash up his mother, right? And in the process of trying to leave Jamaica and get some sort of asylum in the United States, he conducted an interview with US authorities, and he was basically trying to tell them why he needs to leave Jamaica, right, and who were after him, right. And in this interview, right, he gave a lot of information. As a matter of fact, this man, Ian Johnson, is somewhat of a hidden hero, because this man helped Jamaica dodge a bullet. See, James Robertson was rising very quickly inside the JLP. James Robertson could have actually become the Prime Minister, or he almost became the Prime Minister, because he reached as far as become Deputy Leader. And after Deputy Leader, you know what's next, right? But this interview with James Robertson, with the American authorities, is one of the reasons why James Robertson's career in the JLP came to a standstill, right? So this man helped Jamaica dodge a bullet, right? But a part of the interview, the man is saying that James Robertson, due to how close he was to Doddos, right, when the extradition for Doddos came down and people realized it was serious, James Robertson went as far as to try and arrange for Doddos to move to Venezuela, right? James Robertson was playing the role of the facilitator. He would set up the whole thing, right? And the only reason why it never happened is because Doddos was supposed to go to Venezuela with 5 other people, right? But instead, he wanted to take about 20 people, or 4 times the amount that they said he could come with, right? And this is the reason why the whole thing mash up. See, a lot of Jamaicans probably are not even aware of that Doddos almost escaped. The whole thing set up. Everything was in place, but they couldn't agree on how many people he would leave with. Because remember, once he get to Venezuela, he wouldn't be able to come back to Jamaica. He would have to spend the rest of his life in Venezuela. So I'm guessing he wanted to take the people who he cares about the most. So I'm thinking maybe his children, his baby mothers, who knows, right? And when them telling him he couldn't carry no more than 5, the whole thing mash up, right? But James Robertson was the person who was playing the role of the facilitator, right? Think about that, you know. And at the time he was a very senior member in the JLP, right? And he was even more powerful then as a politician than he is now, right? But it doesn't stop there, see, because this man is saying that after James Robertson sent multiple people to get rid of him, right? Because as I said, the man actually lost his mother, right? After James Robertson tried 3 times to try and get rid of him, he wrote several letters to some of the most powerful people in the country. He said he contacted the commissioner. He wrote a letter to the Prime Minister, right? He contacted the police, right? But then he said every time he reached out to these people, the information kept going back to James Robertson. Everything him telling about James Robertson, thinking they were going to do something, right, and help him, they actually went back to James Robertson to tell him that, yo, Ian Johnson are informed upon you. Him said this and him said that. Right? The man go as far as to say he's now afraid of the police. Because the same police, right, that he was reaching out to, were then reaching out back to James Robertson. Now you see why a lot of citizens are afraid to give the police any information, especially if it is about a 90 octane or a 116 octane. You best believe that information is going right back to them. Because imagine a citizen who has already had multiple attempts on his life, already lost his mother, is going to the most senior people in the country to say, listen, I'm afraid of this man. He's after me. He's done this, he's done this. Do something about it. And in turn, they reward him by going back to the person he's reporting them on. Right? That is the Jamaica we live in. Right? So, it just goes to show you that even the authorities that are supposed to protect us, depending on who you're up against, those authorities might end up destroying you. Right? But this man Ian Johnson, as I said, is somewhat of a hero. He helped Jamaica dodge the bullet. And let me tell you, the people of St. Thomas West who voted James Robertson to power, because anytime I speak to people from St. Thomas West, they might tell you that James Robertson is a terrible man. They might tell you say, oh, this man help him get in a power, and him turn upon the man and do this upon him and get rid of him, and him tell you say him this and him tell you say him that. They talk about James Robertson like he's some kind of demon. Okay, well guess what? If next general election the people of St. Thomas West put James Robertson back in power, the rest of Jamaica don't want anything from you. Dear people of St. Thomas West, on the behalf of the other constituencies and all well-wishing Jamaicans, both yard and abroad, we're hereby telling you now, if you vote James Robertson back in power in the next general election, nobody cares what happened to you over there. Whatever happened, and that does happen. And personally, I will do no more videos on James Robertson. If he wins his seat again in the next general election, I will not do any more videos on James Robertson. Because clearly the people of St. Thomas West have spoken again. And clearly they want a politician with these kind of things attached to him. Clearly they want a politician that's a demon, because they're telling you he's a demon. They're telling you he's a terrible man. They're telling you how much people he can get rid of, how much people he can dash around and fling away. And if they go and vote for him again, then that means they love that. That means that's what they want. So since that's what they want, the rest of Jamaica has to respect that and leave these people alone. Right? It's just like a couple in a relationship. If somebody complain about their spouse and tell they're this and they're that, and then they go back to them, you need to leave those people alone. Let them be. Right? So St. Thomas West, is either you do something about it or stop complaining. There's no point going around talking about James Robertson and how him did this and him did that, and you're the one keeping him in power. So we're going to watch and see what happened in the next general election. And I know some of his diehard supporters will tell you, well, he hasn't been convicted of anything. He didn't go to court and get found guilty. Sure, listen, whatever you want to tell yourself, fine. But as I said, on the behalf of the rest of Jamaica, since people keep telling me that James Robertson is, when they talk about politicians with skeletons in closet and politicians who do wrongdoings, people always want to put James Robertson at the top. Okay, cool. Based on what I've seen out there, I agree. But watch this. if he wins the next election and he get back him seat, the people of St. Thomas West deserve the leader that they're getting, right? Because they're the ones who would have put him back in power. Because let's give some of them the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, they didn't know about him. They didn't know about his character before. But if they vote for him again, St. Thomas West, you're there on your own. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video as usual. This is Sir P. Bless.